Becoming a mum, I feel so isolated. I used to be an outgoing person, I used to have loads of friends, I used to be busy all the time, and now...
Go for the boring guy? Let me explain.
Being a single mom is so damn hard. You are the
Let me tell you why it's so hard to date a single mom and to...
These single mothers have been feeling very lonely and isolated.
A single mother was definitely not the plan.
So people try to trash my single motherhood.
But it is so hard as a single mom to date.
This video is for all my single moms out there. How is dating going?
I imagine not going well, considering their complaints all the time. Welcome back. Subscribe to the channel. That's the only form of support we asked of you to help us spread our message. Thank you.
Don't nobody in this world got more jobs than a single mama. Child, I got so many jobs. When people ask me how many jobs I got, I say yes. Baby, I be working so hard, I be forgetting my daughter got a daddy. Child, I'm a content creator. I create content for content creators. I write people ebooks. I own a marketing agency. I'm a veteran. I'm a full-time college student. I got a bachelor's degree. I got an MBA, and I'm working on my second master's degree. I ain't playing. You got a job, I'm there. Income tax season, baby, I got a 3-pronged binder. Because come hell or high water, my baby gonna eat. And I ain't talking about no Lunchable. I'm talking about a seafood boil.
Do you guys ever think about how TikTok is like a dating app for moms? It's like swipe, ooh, she looks cool and fun, I'm gonna add her. And then she adds you back, and then all of a sudden she's sliding in your DMs and she's like, hey girl, and you're like, hey.
Okay, this video is for all my single moms out there. How is dating going for you? Dating in my 30s post-divorce is absolutely brutal and exhausting. And it feels like a second full-time job. And I haven't been dating because it's that exhausting. And I'm leaning more towards just being that crazy cat woman that we all heard about when we were younger, and just owning a bunch of them and keeping my own space and not having to worry about anybody else again. But is it just me, or is dating so much harder now than it was when we were in our 20s or younger? I don't get it. Younger guys that are all interested in the mom thing, which is weird, or older guys who do not grow out of the frat boy phase. Somebody help.
It honestly pains me to see women constantly explaining to men that they would rather be alone than to be in a relationship with them. They don't understand. They don't understand because the cognitive dissonance. They can't imagine because they can't do it. They can't be alone. Literally, they ruminate when they're alone. Their mind wanders all over the place. They hate their own company. A man cannot stand the thought of being alone. So he cannot believe you when you say you are happier alone. They can't do it. So they can't imagine that you can do it. They honestly believe that you're lying. Stop trying to convince them that you're happier alone. We know we are. Just be alone.
Actually, I disagree. Not men, but there's quite a few of us that really love to be alone. I love my time alone, my space to think or just be to myself. Been like that for years. It's nothing to prove. As a man, I be alone most my life. So what are you talking about? Speak for these other folks. The peace I found being single is unmatched. I'm fine by myself. I've been by myself for some time, but that's what I choose after people playing games. So I've moved back. I'm happy and been happy. Sorry, that's not true. I'm absolutely okay with being alone. And I'm okay with women that want to be alone. My issue is with women that want to be alone but are comfortable manipulating men for money. Where are you getting this from? Most men want to be alone. Women like you make us like this. Your comprehension of men shows a need to be alone. Seriously. Sorry, but your analysis is incorrect. You've got it backwards. A lot of men actually prefer being alone. They'd rather be alone than dealing with a selfish, ungrateful woman who's only there to see what she can get from that man. It has become a rather peaceful thing for them, traveling and finding hobbies. They don't want to deal with the constant nagging. On the other side, women can't be alone. They tell themselves that they're fine alone, but that's not true. The truth is, they all start begging for men once they reach a certain age. Or they start storming up the public places that men attend to try and get a husband.
My number one tip for any woman dating right now.
Anyone want to wager a guess what this advice is going to be about? Somehow guessing by the caption that it's going to be about money.
Is to make him pay for everything.
Ooh, it's fun to be right. Now let's see why they think the guy should pay for everything.
If he doesn't pay for you, he will not feel as invested in you because he's put literally actual no investment in you.
So dating is a form of investment now. There's something to be said for transactional relationships, isn't there?
So make him pay for everything. Good luck.
Well, that's all well and good. But what exactly is the guy getting in return for this investment? As apparently that's what relationships are now. A guy being fully invested by paying for everything. But yet, what's the return on that investment? Because after all, just because he pays for everything, that's no guarantee that the woman is even going to stay in the relationship or even remain remotely interested, and could in fact be entertaining other men as well that are also paying for everything. So what exactly is the benefit that the guy is getting out of all of this, I wonder?
If I pay money for it and the product is not good, can I exchange it again and get my money back? And is there also an interest rate that will increase? This technique once was used as revenge out of rage for somebody cheating or breaking up. Just wow. I'm 66 and can't believe what the younger people think a relationship is. And that's why I ask, so what do you bring to the table? Time is money, and investing time in dating and a potential relationship is worth far more than the cost of the date itself. The downfall of relationships. So much for a priceless girlfriend that are looking for an investment but not for love. How the mighty have fallen. Women with this kind of mindset will thrive all alone throughout their whole lives. Even if you put a mirror in front of them, they will still fail to see how crazy they sound. Why would a man invest in a complete stranger who doesn't add any value to his life? A first date is only to get to know someone. These women want everything, but in return, your reward is only headaches.
Okay, so we're gonna find out real quick if this guy's cool with me being a mom, because all my clothes are dirty. It's laundry day. Couldn't find anything cute, so I'm basically just throwing on a t-shirt, baggy cardigan, my Ugg boots. Couldn't find my purse, so we're bringing the diaper bag. He seems to really like me. He says he's cool with me having a kid. Well, these are the realities of dating with a child. My house is an absolute mess right now. I couldn't find anything. I've been running around trying to clean up and find clothes that weren't just like disgusting, haven't been cleaned, covered in like markers or like been next to diapers or anything. Couldn't find it. So this is the outfit. All right, we'll see how it goes.
The having kids isn't the issue. It's expecting the next guy to pick up where that child's father left off while first dating. It is difficult because there will be so much expected of him once he starts dating you. This issue can be solved if more single moms would date single fathers, or vice versa. The struggle of dating will only continue for these women because they're looking for a specific type of guy. Again, why would a guy date a woman that already has kids when he can create his own with a woman that doesn't have kids? It just doesn't make sense.
I just seen a post that said single moms be having all these standards and they baby daddy meets none of them. Like, of course, he was the lesson. Now she knows what to look for in a man and what not to look for. She stood on business and she moved on. Next subject.
If you're pushing 30 and you don't have any kids, you don't have any excuses. I'm not saying this to be shady at all, but I see so many posts about people that are my age with no children saying, oh, well, I don't have any children, so I have my whole life ahead of me. And I love that for you because you do. Yes, wait, please. But hear me out. If you know people around you that have children that are always on their shit, give them a round of applause because it's not easy. And yes, being a mother does make my career a little challenging, but it's the motivation I needed. But if you don't have kids, trust me, that free time is your motivation. Cherish it.
Okay, I have a serious question for the guys. Why is it that you try so hard to get a girl, And then once you get that girl, then you start to treat her like garbage? I don't get that. Especially, I'm a single mom. And for all the single mamas out there, shout out to you. You guys are doing amazing. But it is so hard as a single mom to date. Because it's not just about me. I have to look into somebody on a whole other level and be like, is this person going to be a good influence on my child? Is this person going to be the father figure that I want him to be? Is this person going to love me and treat me right unconditionally? It's not just about me, guys. And I honestly am sick of wasting my time because I'm not just thinking about myself at the end of the day. And as sad as it sounds, before, when I was younger and before I became a parent, I would let people take advantage of me and walk all over me because I didn't love myself enough. But now I realize my worth and I'm not accepting that behavior anymore.
Because men start to realize that long-term relationships doesn't benefit them. The expectations that women has are unrealistic. No one controls the way you pick men accept you. Nobody told to stay with a guy that treats you unfairly. You chose to stay on your terms. Where are they hiding? Look in the friend zone. Most of us are doing life sentences with no possibility of being paroled. To be treated right and loved unconditionally. Maybe men want and expect the same. Can't open up about that or ask for same because that makes us garbage. It's kinda the grass is greener on the other side effect. Not saying it's you, but sometimes the women isn't worth the chase. They make us run. I have a daughter with her. I made everything for her and my lovely daughter. And at the end, my wife is leaving me. Explain why. You don't speak for all of us. I gave my ex my all. Loyalty, love, compassion, patience, everything I had. Still not enough for her. This is how a woman sound like when they're screaming for the good guys after getting passed around. The men have stopped because they get nothing in return for the work they're putting in. Basically, they would like the same treatment they're dishing out. And most importantly, some men just realize that women just isn't worth the hassle. It always amazes me how they realize their worth once they've finished giving away their most prized possession. It never gets old.
As a single mom, would you say that having a daughter has made your dating life harder?
Oh, absolutely. Not everyone wants to be a stepdad. And so that circles back to the question, why am I single? Is probably because of that.
So why are men less likely to want to take on another woman's child that isn't their own?
It's a whole nother responsibility that they didn't sign up for.
So do you think you have a better chance dating a guy who also has a child of his own?
Yeah, I think they're more open-minded, but I'm on the same boat where I also don't want to take on the responsibility of another kid. So I understand it. That's why I'm not upset about it.
So for your future partner, how would you want his relationship to be with your baby daddy?
Accepting, friendly, and civil.
Should you all be able to go out and get lunch together if need be?
I wouldn't want that for myself, but I wouldn't want constantly having to go and hear about fights and break them up.
You know what? I can respect the honesty. She's probably the first single mother I've seen that's not delusional and expect every man to come handle somebody else's child. She sounds like a very reasonable person. This is also what I would call having emotional intelligence. Not a woman who need hoe phases and many different situationships.
Hide a little bit sometimes from people, because I don't want to, I just don't want to maybe say how I really feel. So I'm like, okay, everything's great, and sort of I don't allow myself to express maybe some of the
heavy stuff,
loneliness I feel or the challenge I had that day, because I maybe don't feel that they would fully relate.
So I want to talk about something that's been really, really annoying me lately. This is going to be It's About Men, but single mom version. So, something that's been getting under my skin is men not understanding what it means to be a single mom. So, as a single mom, a single working mom, I have my plate full to the maximum, right? I don't have free time. The time that I do have free, I just want to relax. So, one, I get it. I'm single. Yes. Do I want to date? Sure. If I meet the right person, right? But if you invite me out for a dinner, or drinks, especially during the weeknight, come on. You know I have things to do. I'm sure you have things to do the next day. I have a child to take care of. I can't just go out late at night just whenever, right? So you have to take that into consideration. So if you're really going to invite me out, one, make it worth my time. And what do I mean by make it worth my time? Just don't invite me out to dinner and drinks. Get creative. Invite me out for an activity. Do something different. Do something that's going to be worth my time and effort. I am taking time out of my evening to meet with you, to go and enjoy your company, to see how things work, if we're compatible. I'm making an effort, so I expect you to make an effort. So don't just assume that I'm going to be able to drop off my child somewhere, because most likely I'm not. So unless you're offering to pay for the babysitter, I'm not going on that date. Also, offer to pay for the babysitter. That's going to make me more receptive to want to go and spend my time with you. And another thing, do not just assume that you can invite me and my daughter out. No, I do not introduce my daughter to guys. That's a no-no. So there's that. And also, don't just assume that you're going to invite me out for drinks and I'm going to show up. What makes you think that I'm going to put my safety in jeopardy by drinking and driving? So unless you're going to offer to pick me up and drop me off or Uber me there and back, it's a no on the drinks during the week. So moral of the story is, come on guys, if she's a single mom, she already has a lot on her plate. So don't add to her plate. Don't make her life more stressful. Don't make her plan out the date that you want to take her on. That's not going to happen. So all I'm going to say is, do better. And to everyone asking me out on freaking dates lately, literally, if the shoe fits, then it fits, okay? That's all I gotta say.
Now I know why you are single. No one will stay with you. You are too much. The bigger the sunglasses, the bigger the headache. Single mum here. Why on earth would anyone have to pay for your babysitting? These demands are ridiculous. Can you make another video in 10 years why you're still single? This is a tutorial on how to stay single. As a single mum for 9 years, we do not claim her. I don't date single mums. Her kids are not my responsibility. I don't know why guys want another man's responsibility. Someone explain. We have got to thank this woman for providing us with details as to why a man should never date single mothers. To expect a man to pay for a babysitter for you is crazy, especially on the first date. These are all things some of these women expect before you even actually start dating them. Is it really worth your time, money and energy to put up with this? It just sounds like this woman shouldn't date. The only thing most of us men can hear from her is me, me and me. Moral of the story is, if she's a single mom, it's a hard, and I mean hard pass.
A single mother was definitely not the plan and not really my choice. But when you become a single parent, you start to have a lot of insecurities, not just about your body, but you never really truly feel like you're going to find love again or find the person who is going to love you and your child the way that, God intended, or the original other parent would. I just wanted to let that person know who's having these feelings that I had, that it's not over for you. And you will find that person, and you are good enough. You're not damaged goods. You are just like new. And the reason why I know this is because God told me. And if he told me, he's telling you too.
Please stop lying on our Father. Some of these women happen to be in that situation because they picked bad men over the good ones. The way it was intended was through marriage first, not through sleeping your way into single motherhood. It's very unfortunate, but this is what people call taking responsibility.